So welcome everybody. So let's start our practice today. And today we start our Python lab. So today we do the first practice on the Python language. So you can see my screen right now here, which is shared. And how we can use the Python here in the Microsoft PowerShell. So you can see this is my PowerShell here. So first of all, we have to understand what is this Python. Python is a high level language, or you can say it is an interpreted language because it has an interpreter as well. And also it uses the high level language concepts, example, functions, loops, cycles, and other stuff. So we'll try to see later on, and which also use the compiler as well. So we can say it can use the interpreter and compiler together. And also it solves some general purpose task here for the real life. So you can also use this Python for the data analysis task, which is important actually. So I will do some important data analysis task, but not now, later on. So today is the first lab, try to understand this Python language. So very first, what we want to do, let's start the practice. So in here, I want to go to the location or the Python path actually where I have installed it. So directly I will go example here. If you remember, we can use the set location, right? And set location, you can give the path actually. Example here, I want to show you, I have installed in my info lab, I think here. Yes, it is here. So I have created my folder here. So where I installed this Python specifically. So here what we can do, we can also go to the location here, next folder, and let's see here. Okay, let's see and how we can list out the data. Example, get child item. Okay, look here. Okay, so I have also here one more folder. I have to one more uh, jump here. Okay, so it is good. So let's see. Yes, here you can see this is a one folder or directory. Actually, I have created already the environment. So Python environment I also created before, and because I like to work in the specific environment. Okay, so what I can do here, I will move to the environment. Example, what was the environment? I have created this environment, right? Okay, and in this, what we can see here, can you see right now? Still, we have a script directory. Let's go to there because I can see there are the Python is the target location script. Okay, so now you can check out. Great, we have a lot of stuff here. Can you see right now? So please use this activate. Okay, how to activate the environment? Just give the execute this file. What is the name of the file? Activate. Okay, so now I can activate my environment to use the Python very easily. Now please try to see, look here, it is a like a green color. That means my working environment is ready. So now what I can do, I can start the Python. Uh, Start the Python, I will call the Python interpreter. Okay, so you can use a directly this command here because it is there already. Okay, I show you previously in the script folder there are a Python. Now please see here Python language. You can see here I have a version. You see which version I have, 3.9. It is not a very current or latest version. There are 10, 11, 12, you can see, but this is like a stable version, which mostly people used it because it is launched around 22. You can see also the date. Okay. And what is this here? This is looks like a compiler. So that is the Microsoft compiler, Visual C compiler. You see, Visual C++ compiler it use, and that's why I'm telling you it is a hybrid type of a language where you can use the interpreter plus the compiler. Okay, so when we use the Visual Studio Code, that special tool, then you will see that will use actually. But right now we are using in the moment interactive shell. Okay, so what we say, we call the interactive shell. There is another name you can say, read eval print loop. In the short, we call the REPL. So REPL or interactive shell are the same names. Okay, so we can work here the Python very easily. Practically, it is a command based stuff practically, right? So interactive shell directly works with your input. Okay, so how we can start the practice here? So let's try to do some practice example, some numbers, how to handle a numbers. Example 5 plus 5. Okay, you can see directly it will work with your input value. So this interpreter, do you remember the same like a Linux shell interpreter? Same like the PowerShell interpreter. Okay, so same we have a Python interpreter. That is the interactive shell. I hope you can understand this interactive shell. Okay, now here important is how we can see which version we are using right now in the uh, in our computer system. It is also important how we can know about that. So what we can use here, you can use a import. Import is again like a command here. So you can use a import and then after sys. So sys basically is the module belongs to the system actually. So we can handle such a system with this type of a module. Okay, because in this module we have a couple of functions. So I will use one important functions, which is a basic function to print something. So print, you want to print on the console, you can use a print function. So you can call the module, okay, and then use the you can use the version, and it can give you the current version of your Python system and also your machine as well. Can you see I have a AMD 64-bit system, so which use the compiler Microsoft, and you can also see the time, date, and the flavor, the complete pack of the Python, right? So this is possible. But now how we can go out from this interactive shell? This is also a good question. We should know about that. So there are a couple of ways we can use that. So example, control uh, plus Z. You should use the control plus Z, right? So together you should press by the keyboard. So I'm pressing control Z. Okay. Then after do enter. Now, can you notice I am just out from this Python interactive shell. So you want to go out from interactive shell, you can use control Z plus enter. Okay, then you will be out. Now let's go back once more to the practice. Can you see right now I'm again in my interactive shell. So I will give you one more example. You can use exit here. Exit function you can try. Okay, and it will also take you out from the interactive shell. Okay, this is a second way. One more. So you can also use a quit function because all these functions are available here in our sys. Okay, so up to you, whatever you want to use, which you feel comfortable and which you feel easy for you, please use it. Control Z plus enter, or exit, or quit. So it can take you out from the interactive shell. Okay, so let's see one more. What we can do, there is one more way to use that to see the version of our Python. So what we can use here, if you are not interactive shell, then you can use the Python command here, right? And then after you can give the parameter example version. It is also a good idea to use. Now, can you see right now? I use this command outside the interactive shell. Okay, then it is good to use. But if you are in the interactive shell like this, how you can understand are you in the interactive shell? This operator will help you. So what is this operator? This will tell you you are in your interactive shell very easily. So just like a prompt, but it is like an interpreter right now. That's why we can, the moment I'm telling you this is the interpreter, Python interpreter. Okay, you see here previously we used some numbers, that is the interpreter. Okay, I hope guys you can get it, how to use the Python, how to interact with the Python in the interactive mode. Okay, and how you can quit and how you can see the version of the Python. Okay, okay, now one more thing. What we can do here, let's see what more we can try to do, how we can use a clear screen here. Example, clear screen. I want to make this command and I want to, I want to clear this whole screen. So how I can do that? So there is no shortcut command we have. So idea is to use the import, because import is a very popular command in the Python. So we will use many of time when the time comes. So import, what we can use, you will use previously, can you see I use system. Okay, now you can use a operating system. So which module I want to call, not a call, I'm going to import right now with the help of import. So you see, I can call it here. Now my OS module, operating system module is ready to use. Okay, and then after I can use some functions here. So how I can use the functions here, example, I can use with that object right now here, OS. So OS dot system. So OS dot system is the function, right? So now here what I can pass here, clear screen, because this is officially and practically Windows, because Windows use the clear screen or CLS. You can pass this and now you can see your screen will be clear. Okay, and you can also try here, I want to give example, you can also see import OS, right? You can also use import OS, and then after you can use a semicolon here, just like the PowerShell we used previously. Okay, so after the semicolon you can give next command or somehow. Okay, so now you can see it is good working. Okay, I hope you can get it. Okay guys, now let's try to do a little bit more understand this Python language. So you see, we understand some management about using the Python right now. It is clear. Now, what we can do, try to understand some mathematically stuff, because it is important when will you take the scripts here, then we should use some mathematics here. So let's see, 5 plus 5, these are called the operators. So what operator say here, example, we have a math based operator. Okay, so how many math based operator? Approximately I think 7 operators we have here. Okay, so these are called the mathematics operators, mathematically operators. Okay, so example here, plus, minus, right, and divide, this is the mode. Okay, you can try, and multiply is also there. Okay, and one more operator is there, that is called the division is there, I think we took it here, right? And there is a floor division is also there. This is called the floor division, which basically give you the whole number, whole part of the number. Example, you have some point numbers, so integer number will give to you, right? So you can try. And then after, what we can use, there is one more operator, this two times the, how to say, the operator, that is a multiply operator, but it looks like a exponent, right? Like a raised to power. Okay, example 10 raised to power 3. Okay, that means 10 will be multiplied 3 times. Okay, this is called the exponent. So guys, we have to use such type of a operators in Python. Can you try it? So please try to use example. Let's see, we used the previously, now try to use one by one example minus, right? So what will happen now? It will give you the results. This is the multiply, right? And now you can use this divide. Can you see? It will give you the complete result. By default, it will give you the point value, that is a floating numbers, right? And if you can use this mode, it will give you the remainder. Remainder mean to say, which is actually after dividing the number with any number, then it will give you some remainder part which is left out. Okay, and this is the basically the basic operator we used it. Okay, and then after you can try with one more operator. Let's see this operator. Okay, what is this operator? This is exponent practically, you see here. Okay, and if you want to clear the screen, please call the command here. Okay, again, so you can use directly, but already I imported it, so it is makes sense. Okay, so you can use such a operator very easily. Okay, now one operator I think left out here. Let's see, this is the, how to say, multiply, and this is the exponent, right? And one is left out here, that is the, let's see, it was divided, and one more try to use this, right? So that is show you actually the integer part, right? So if you have such a number, okay, like a whole number here, you can see fractional part will be omitted here. Okay, so what is this? What is the name of this? This is called the floor division, you can say. Okay, so this is the divide. So simple divide or floor divide. So you need a floor value. Okay, so I mean to say base value. So guys, these are the basically mathematically operators, right? Now, what about the another operators? So let's try to see here. So that is again, we have a relational operator. So that is the relational operator. So what is the relational operator? Which shows some comparison or some logic somehow, but it's not a logic, which shows some comparison. So example here, less than. So here you can see example which I used previously. This is equal, okay, and less than, less than equal, right? This is greater than, is greater than equal, and less than equal. Okay, so these are the again the relational operator like any other languages. Okay, and one more I think, not equal, you can try. Okay, so around six relational operators available in the Python language. Okay, so please try to do the practice with this. Let's see example 7 is greater than 3. Now you will see it will give what type of a result. These numbers are easy to remember by the human being. 7 is a greater than 3. You will say yes, then you can see the result is true. Okay, and what will be the result? Because 7 is not is greater than 30, it will give you the false. So practically yes or no, but it will give the Boolean result, which will only one value, yes or no. That means true or false. This is greater than. Okay, now let's see, try to use one more operator. Example less than 30. So in that case, you see 30 is greater than 7. It is true. Okay, now again, it is not true because 3 is not is greater than. Look here, false. Okay, so these are the some operators which you can use it. And let's try to use one more. 7 equal 30. It is true. It is not equals. So it will give the false. Okay, try to check test. 7 equals 7 mean to say true, it is true. Okay, and one more example, not equal. So 7 is equal to 7, but we make a negation in front of equal, then makes the false, right? And let's try to use is greater than and equal, right? That means 7 is greater than 7, it is false, but this is false, but this is true. Okay, so here we have to obey the rule, true. Okay, but if you see here 70, both operators are not following the rule. Okay, then it will be the false. So guys, these are basically our relational operators in the Python language. You can use it. Try please. And one more operators, try to use it. How we can clear the screen again? I'm just repeating import OS. Okay, then you can call the function system and pause the how to say clear screen. Okay, and print. You will see the clear will be see. Okay, now I think one more operator we have, that is the logical operator here. Okay, now in the Python we have around 3 logical operator, right? So 3 logical operator. So like other languages, example and. So what is and? And is a logical operator again. Okay, which use logical operator always use two type of a statements practically. Okay, we will see in the example and, or, and then after not. Okay, so 3 operators are mostly usable. Okay, in the Python. Take an example. You can take an example here. So let's see example 7 is greater than 5. It is true, we know. Okay, but you can, because logical operator need two different expressions, right? So example here, space. Please keep in mind, we should not use a capital letter. It is bad. Python says use the small letter if you want to use the logical. So now 7 is greater than 5. It is true. Let's see one more. 10 is greater than, let's see, 8. So what will be the output? Try to see. The operator is saying this condition is true and this is also true. So that means raise the hand. Okay, if both are raising the hand, that means true. Okay, now try to make one expression false. Example 0. 8 and 0. Can you see? 10 is not a greater than 80. It is true, but uh, it is true, right? 10 is not, but you see here it is not following the rule. So this is good. 7 is greater than 5. Then what we can do? We can see the result false. Okay, so similarly you can see example, let's see one more condition. 7 equal to 5. Can you see? It is also not good and it is also not good. So both conditions are not raising the hand. In that case, false. Okay, so guys, this way you can use the which operator? Logical and. This is called the logical and operator. Okay, now we have a logical or. So how we can use a logical or? Let's try to take this example again. Take an example 100. 100 equal to 100. It is true, and use the logical or. Now second condition, second expression can be example 5 is greater is less than 2. Please see, this is a true right now. Okay, but this is not looks true. Okay, so then or will give you the true result, because at least one statement is raising the hand. So it is raising the hand, it is not raising the hand practically. Okay, so this is the or. Now what will happen if you write a 50 is greater than 10 here. So this is also raising the hand. This is also raising the hand. Both are true. It will also give you the true. Okay. So guys, basically this is our what operator? This is our OR operator, logical OR operator, right? And one more operator is there. That is the NOT operator. Let's see NOT operator. Example 100 equal to 100. Okay. You see here. So what we want to do, we want to create example 10. Syntax cannot assign a sign to literal, because why we are making error, this is very bad. We cannot assign, right? So that's why it is not operator. So we should use the right operator. This is equal. So because I don't want to discuss today this assignment operator, this is the equal operator. Okay, now you will see the result. It is true, right? Now you can make it wrong with the not. So not equal, that means false. So practically this is a negation symbol, negation operator. Okay, so you can take any other example here. Example, let's see, uh, 4 and equal 1. It is false because we know it is not true. And what we can do here, we have to be change with the not here. Okay, so please notice here, if you use a one time, it will call the assignment. Okay, but right now we cannot assign number to number. Okay, but when we talk about the variable, we will talk this assignment later on. Okay, so this is basically the some operators in the Python. You can use it, but apart from it, there are more operators. Are there example assignments operators, bitwise operator, membership operators, and I think identity operators. Some more operators are there. We can use it. Okay, so you can do such type of a practice very easily. Okay, and now we did the practice in the how to say interactive shell. True. Okay, so if you want to go out from here, what you will use here, how to say operating system dot system call. Okay, now it is clear, but you want to go out from here. What you will use a quit. Okay, I want to quit from here. Look. So now I'm out from interactive shell. Okay, that is an exit type of a function here. In the beginning, if you remember, I use the activate function, right? I did activate it, but this time I need to be deactivate my environment. So what I will use, deactivate. Now you will see here, I am I have deactivated my environment. Right now, I'm out from there. Okay, so that's why you can do the practice very easily in the interactive shell. Okay, so guys, this is our Visual Studio window. I hope it is visible to you. So same thing we know about here. Now, first of all, I would like to talk about this Visual Studio. So a little bit we discuss about the Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is a editor actually. So in this editor, this is a popular editor by the Microsoft. So there are a couple of ways you can use this editor. There are professional enterprise editor, community editor. So I'm using the community editor, okay, because it is free to use. Please go to the Microsoft website and Visual Studio Code you can easily download. It is popular. Okay, and let's see, I want to just want to show you example. These are the some menu bar here. Okay, so you can create any project here. If you click on the project, you can find any application. Example, you want to create a Python applications here, Python script, click here and you can create a object or the project here easily. And I show you, I already created it. You can see here I created in the info learn project here. So Same thing you can see here. You can see whatever I used previously in the PowerShell, I show you the bottom section is the PowerShell, right? Developer PowerShell. You can click on it. You can use more and more. And this is the output window. You can see some output here. So example, if you have any error, if you want to see successfully exit or somehow, you can use such type of a output window here. Okay, and here this is actually the solution explorer over here, right? So solution explorer is very easy to manage your stuff. So in your project, if you have some files over here, can you see I have a couple of file over here? Okay, example here, you can see it is some files over there. Okay, so you can print some information over here. Okay, and here you can also click here and you can see the property here. So you can see the bottom section is the property here. It will show you where this file is stored. It can show the location and you can also rename it. If you change it, it can be renamed very easily. Okay, so this is a solution explorer, which is very mandatory to go through your actual project files. Okay, and you can remove from here. Now, let's see, these are the tool section. So example, if you, there are shortcut way, you can see here, new project here, you can see add a new item. If you have existing files, you can open it and you can open the folders, cut, and some other stuff you can see. And this button is important to understand. This is the execution button over here. You can click over here, or maybe F5 from the keyboard you can press to execute it. Okay, so now I think this is the very easy to use, and anybody can easily use it. Okay, now let's try to see in the PowerShell area. You can see here what we can use. Let's see. First of all, we do the same thing which we did in the beginning. Okay. So what we did, we just go to the or path where I installed it. Okay. So, so I want to show you here. So let's see set. I think I cannot find here. Now I want to use a set location, right? So, use the same stuff which we used previously. I want to see example users, and here go to the right location here, right? And here, right path. And then after, and here environment. Okay. And then after in the script. Okay. And can you see right now? And here we will activate. So what does it mean activate? I told you last time. So we can activate our environment here. It is true. So this is the activate the environment. Same thing we did in the simple uh, PowerShell command editor in the previously you saw, right? So it is ready almost. Okay. And now you can also give a command here to for your help. Can you see get child item? So it is over there, right? Can you see right now? Okay. So what we want to do now, you will work in this area actually. Okay. We will work here. So now your editor is ready, Visual Studio. Okay. Now what we can do, we can create any new Python file. How to create a file? You have the option Control Shift A. You can remember the command, or maybe you can click here. Okay. It will ask you where you want to store it. Okay. So example, this is our lab first. Lab first dot py. Remember, Python file and script always has extension .py. Okay. And click here. Okay, if you enter it, you can see the left side will show you the project area. I show you. Can you see this is actually project path? So project is we try to learn the Python. Okay, with one by one. So can you see right now here? This is our file here. Okay, but you can also see the file also come here in the solution explorer over here. Okay, and remember, please right click here, and then after do the set as a startup file. Okay, because there can be couple of files. So you can fix your file to work as a startup file. And here guys, this part is your actually editor where you can work. Okay, so you can do the same stuff what we did in the interactive uh, PowerShell Python interpreter practically, right? Previously we did it. So let's try to do such a stuff here. Example with the number handling again. Let's try to see 5 plus 5. Okay, so can you see right now? 5 plus 5. So please see what is the how to say script name. You can see here, this is the lab1. Okay, so you want to check it is created or not. Every time don't forget to use a control S button. Control S mean to say save. So now if you want to execute, can you see right now, you can use the Python. Okay, so call the Python. This is it is a exe file. You can use a Python here, and then after the give the script name. Okay, it should be here. First of all, how you can see, give a command GCI. It should be here, I hopefully. And you can also check with the test path, right? What is the name? lab01.py. Can you see the answer? That is false. That means this is not a location where our file is stored. This is true. Okay, so what we can do, we have to go to the location very easily. How we can go? Let's go one step back, right? And let's try to check it here. I hope it should be there. False. And one more back. I'm sure it will be here. True. Can you see? I found it. Okay, now guys, it should be executable. This is the Python, and now use it. Can you see right now? It is executable, right? So it is true. So now you understood how to create the first script, and then after you can execute very easily. And now you want to see what's written in the script. So can you see right now? So get content will help me to check out what's inside my script. Can you see? 5 plus 5 is there. It is there. Okay, right? Because I'm telling you we want to execute it. So right now, because when I pass in the Python here, it can execute directly, right? But why it is not? Because the reason is this is script. So it will actually use the some compiler over here. So 5 plus 5 is not good. So it needs some command. So need a command, print command. Okay, so then it looks okay. Okay, then it should be okay. And now if you want to execute, then you can call the Python and then after script name. Okay, now you can see it will give the result. Okay, if you don't give this command print function, you will not use, it cannot help you. Okay, otherwise you have a option here, example start button. Click here, it will create a new window and which will show the results over here. Okay, so it is up to you what you want to do. So most of time you can see the output in the lower bottom section. Okay, so now what we can do, you please try to do the operations, mathematically operations here. Here example, please try to use all operations as you can. Okay, example, this is a plus and this is the minus. Example 2, please try everybody if you can try. Plus minus and multiply with 4, and then after example divided with 2, and let's see one more with 2, right? Okay, so these are the basically mathematically operators, and here you can see one more example. Let's see 2. Okay, So you can try. Okay, and one more I think is there. We can try here. Okay, and let's see what will happen. Okay, this one. Can you see right now? I use now in the top, I can write here what? So these are mathematical uh, operators. So you know what is this? This is called, guys, the comments. So here you can write a single line comments. So in the Python, if you want to write your comments, you can use this operator hash symbol. Okay, so this will not be executable, just for your help. Okay, now if you want to use it, can you see the result? You can see below. Okay, try please. That means you can see the result of your mathematically operators directly in the functions very easily. Okay, please try it if you can do that. And for using to import or some other stuff, you can try here in the top, you can use import. So import because you want to clear the screen. So import OS. Okay, so you can use a import OS. OS is the again module that is the operating system. Okay, and then after with this module, you can use a system functions over here, right? Okay, so we will use one by one everything later on. Just try to understand. And here, just you can use it in the top. Okay, so it should work. Can you see right now? Every time it will make your script executable, but before that, it will make the clear screen. So practically here, you can write here, anywhere you can write, it's a clear screen for your help. Don't forget to control S every time. Okay, so this is the mathematically operators. Okay, so the mathematically operators here. And then after, what about our other operators? What we have other operators, if you remember, uh, relational operators we have. You can also try with the relational operators. Okay, so please try to use the relational operator here. So relational operators, right? And try to use that. You can copy from here and copy from the code is very easily. Control, select it, Control C, and put it here, Control V. Okay, and save it. So now you can write here example, you can see equal 5. Okay, you can use any operators here again. 5 not equal example 50. So you can use any other else example here for more. Let's see, 50 is greater than or equal to. Okay, okay, so Control S, and now you want to execute it, your Python script. So here you can call and try to see. Can you see? So it is true because both are okay, is equal. So it is not uh, okay, but negation symbol is forcing to make it true. Okay, and then it is also 50 is not is greater than 50, but at least it is equal. That's why it is true. Okay, so now next is what is the operator which we discuss in the directly on the interactive shell. What was the, I think, logical. Okay, so please try to use every operators in this way. Okay, and logical operator was, if you remember, that was the and. Okay, but here we try to use here directly with the print. And what we can write here, example 8 is equal to 80, right? It looks nice, right? So check out, please. Similarly, you can use one more or. Okay, so 5 is equal to 5 and 80 is equal to 80. Let's see what will be the result. Can you see right now? It is the false and true. Yes, because so here both conditions are true, then it is true. Here at least one conditions is false here, it is not equal. That's why or will give you the true results here, right? So this way you can do the practice, guys, as much as you can do that. Please try to use some more operators. Okay, and one more I want to tell you, this is the single line comments, right? So if you want to make a multi-line comments, example, you don't want to print this, how to say, mathematically operators here. Okay, so you have a option, two options I want to give you. You can use a 3 times dot quote. This is a quotation marks. Okay, and you can see you can select where you want to go in the last example here. Okay, stop it here. Okay, now can you see the color? The color looks like some highlighted, which will tell us this line will no more usable. So guys, this is called the here multi line comments, very simply. Okay, that is the multi-line comments. So now if you want to execute it, try. Okay, so how we can execute it here? See, can you see? Mathematically results cannot be printed. Okay, check please. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so this is called the multi-line comments. Okay, you understood what is the single line comments, what is the multi-line comments here. Okay, so guys, I think it is enough. Next lab, we try to do some more practice about some more operators quickly. Example, assignment operator, bitwise operators, membership operators, and some identity operators are there. How to create a variables, how to use a print statement more efficiently. Okay, and slowly we try to go some more detail in the Python stuff here. Okay, so today we try to cover the two things here, which is practically how to say interactive PowerShell Python interpreter, and especially which is a professional one we are using here right now, Visual Studio Code here. So in the next labs, I will directly work here. I will not use the interactive shell, so that is important to use. So we try to do some more practice as much as we can do. Okay, so thank you very much. And if you have any question or query, please write in the comment section. I try to help you and see you in my next lab very soon. So have a nice day. Bye bye.